G'day folks. I'm going to just start filming this because chances are, according to Murphy's Law, if I don't, then I'll miss out on the shot that I want. At least I'm getting the sound. You hear that little babbling, babbly, gurgle, kind of call? Chuckling. Actually, it's more like a chuckling. They call it babbling, I believe. It's a sound I've always heard growing up when I'm out in the bush. And you know it's a bird, but actually it's for the first time the other day I actually saw one. I got a half decent photo of him, and it turns out it's a friar bird. A noisy friar bird, actually. And there's quite a few of them here, talking amongst themselves and chasing each other around the tops of these trees, these big gum trees. In a beautiful spot, in a little secluded bay. You hear them? There's a few friar birds. I'm hoping that one will land close enough to me that I can zoom in with the camera and get a half decent picture for you. They're a fairly large bird, about a bit bigger than a red wattle bird, I guess. In body shape, fairly the same, long tail, very strong flyers. They're called a friar bird because they've got that sort of tonsured head. I think it's called tonsured. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, they've got a bald head and just feathers around the nape. Apparently they're the noisiest and the baldest of all the friar birds. They also have a knob, a bony knob on their beak, on the top mandible, about halfway up. Don't know what that's for. A lot of people say that it's for getting pollen stuck on it so they can fertilise other plants, because they're a big honey eater, but they also, like a wattle bird, will take insects, invertebrates, bugs, grasshoppers and that sort of thing, but they're a large honey eater. You always hear that sound in the bush, and during the day. They don't just start up at night, they don't just start up at dawn, sorry. They will keep going all day, right through the heat of the day. Right now it's coming up to 12 o'clock. And you'll hear them chuckling to each other up in the tall tops of the trees. And that's why they're really seldom seen, but I've gone out of my way today, and I've been attacked by a million mozzies, and I've gotten stabbed by pointy plants, and in order to try and get some footage or a good photo of one of these birds that I've only just until very recently had no idea what it was, and now I'm determined. It's a really lovely babbling call. It makes me chuckle. There are elements of red wattlebird's call to it. There's also elements of, I hear a butcher bird, a magpie kind of caroling sometimes in it. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they can mimic these birds. Very articulate. That one thing I've learned is that they stick to the tops of the trees, and are therefore very hard to spot. And when they do land, they land very briefly. They're off again, although that might have just been because they spotted me. noisy friar bird anyway. He's slaty grey, got fairly long tail, sort of a dirty white underneath, fluffy kind of dirty white chest, a black head, bald of feathers. Feathers just come up to, like I said, just around the collar and go around like that. Fairly long beak, black beak, black head. Similar in colour to, I would say, the channel-billed cuckoo or something like that. I haven't been close enough to see whether they've got any stripes on their tail or anything like that. This is very annoying. I'm not really bringing you much. I can see them jumping around up in the top of these trees, but it's so high. This one. There's one. Gotcha. And now he's out of sight. Pretty typical. Yes, hang on. The way he tips his head back when he does that, chuckling. Sorry, this is shaky, it's on full zoom. And off he goes. I'm right near a bloody skip bin too, down in the camping area. It's a bit pongy. The things you do. Us amateur wildlife photographers. Such endurance. To bring you 5 seconds of an obscure bird. Well, anyway, I'm happy I got that. So at least it means I can get home, stabilise this and have a look and see if there is any stripes on his tail, because I couldn't really make out much through the viewfinder there. So I'll shut up and leave you with their calls. Hope you like that. Aussie birds rock. See ya.